The city of Philadelphia has been a national model in the community gardening movement for decades. The Neighborhood Gardens Trust, also referred to as NGT, was established in 1986 as a land trust to protect land access for community-managed open spaces. By working with the gardeners, community groups, and the city to secure ownership or long-term leases, NGT provides community gardeners with peace of mind that the open spaces they care for will be protected for their continued use and for future generations. NGT partners with the Pennsylvania Horticulture Society to make sure protected gardens have access to supplies, materials, garden infrastructure, and other support they need to thrive long-term.
Across Philadelphia, there are hundreds of community gardens that were started by residents, often on abandoned and neglected land in their community, where neighbors came together, cleaned up vacant lots that were causing problems, and transformed them into beautiful, vibrant gardens and green spaces.
Glenwood at Green Acres is the largest garden in the city. It was founded in June the 15th. We have an anniversary coming up, 1983, so we're like 39 years in, by James and Margaret Ruth Taylor. They live straight across the street. This used to be the site of a whiskey factory, and it was abandoned, so the neighbors got tired of it being like an eyesore, so after they demolished it, they came over and started building gardens by themselves.
There were 2 houses on the land that actually burned, and once the fire occurred, it was abandoned land. And to keep it from really becoming an eyesore and just a place to harbor some things that were happening that weren't that great in the city at the time, people guerrilla farmed it. Eventually it became a community of gardeners.
So we got different cultures out here, and they will grow something that you probably never seen or never heard before. And you'll ask them a question about it, and they explain it to you. And we have cookouts, and sometimes they will bring some of the stuff they grew. They cook it and bring it to us, and you taste food from other cultures that you never even heard of before. A lot of it's pretty good.
By having scattered green spaces, not only are we supporting the larger ecosystem by creating diverse spaces, but it also provides more accessibility to people in the community who might not generally leave their small section of the neighborhood most of the time.
So across the city of Philadelphia, many thriving community gardens that serve as places of nourishment and healing and community building and strength are in jeopardy of being lost to real estate development. We're seeing more and more development and speculation in the real estate market that puts long-standing gardens at risk.
The developers have really been hounding for this garden space to build houses. We've had vandalism by an owner. He doesn't own it anymore, but the place was badly trashed because he didn't like the idea that he could not build on it. He had bought the property, a part of it, and couldn't do anything with it. So for us, it's very important to have this land acquired in the NGT for protection. And I hope it's protection to last beyond my lifetime, but forever.
For the 15 years or so prior to NGT's protection, I regularly had nightmares about losing this place. Once the space was protected, it made it so that way now we could truly invest in it and build on it and know that it was going to be here. Up until that point, everything that we did in here was done with the understanding and expectation that bulldozers could come at any day and remove it.
We sat down, and to be honest, I negotiated with them in terms of what they would have power over, what we would have power over, how could we collaborate, and it's been a great relationship. I had to assure the members also that it wasn't a takeover of an organization for our garden.
The gardens serve as anchors in the community and places for neighbors to come together, to get to know each other, to build relationships, to talk, to learn together, to teach children about nature and growing food and about wildlife and the plants.
We have lots of tomatoes, a variety of tomatoes. There's beans, there's squash. I think there's eggplant. And we have some flowers also mixed in there. We have to get the watermelon going.
We bag up food, and some people are humble. They benefit from the fact that it doesn't matter us. We put the bag of food on the doorknob. We invite them in. If they don't want to come, that's fine. You're still going to get some food because we know the neighborhood. People who come in here leave enriched by the people they meet.
At NGT, we believe in keeping land in the hands of Philadelphians to grow food, flowers, and community. Please join NGT's Gaining Ground campaign by making a tax-deductible gift at ngtrust.org/gaining-ground. Connect with us to hear more garden success stories on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at NG Trust.